It's very important for every course, and in fact for every teacher, to brief all of the students or learners about the course objective and the expected course outcomes from a specific subject, so that the learner knows that what potentially he'll be getting after studying a particular subject. So because event management is offered in the bachelor's as well as masters in journalism and mass communication, primarily I'll be focusing here of the objectives or outcomes for the bachelor's in journalism and mass communication. So talking about the course objective, the purpose of this course as displayed on the screen is to enable the students to acquire the basic general knowledge about the event management and to become quite familiar with the management techniques, how management eventually works when it comes to event management. And then of course, what are the potential communication strategies or management strategies that are required for the successful planning, promotion, implementation and evaluation of all of these special events, whether we talk about the government events, corporate events or other family events that we'll be covering about in the future lectures also. So talking about the course outcome, the first course outcome as defined by our curriculum is to remember the role and purposes of special events in the organization, of course, which is very important. And then further, the second outcome is to understand the basic techniques and strategies required to plan a successful special event. And then the third course outcome is to apply acquired knowledge. Of course, when you learn, when you get to know what the basics of event management, then you apply that acquired knowledge and competencies required to when you have already planned, so to promote, implement and conduct special events. Then the fourth course outcome is to analyze knowledge and competencies required to assess the quality and success of these special events. So this is the basic course outcome. Now moving ahead, I'll be talking about course content that we offer at the Department of Mass Communication at Galgotia University. So our first unit is highlighted focus on the principles of project and the event management. We talk about the concept and we take it to the reality. That's how we bridge the gap between the academics and industry, wherein we cover topics like understanding project management, resources, activities, risk management now, which is also a very important topic and anyhow relatable to the reality, then delegation, product selection, then role of event managers. Then moving ahead, in the second unit of our curriculum, we talk about preparing a proposal, in which we try to cover conducting marketing research, how it is eventually conducted, then establishing viability, capacities, cost and facilities, plans, timescales, contrasts, and then clarity, and then very essential, which is SWOT analysis, then estimating attendance, media coverage, advertising, budget, special considerations, and then evaluating success. Moving ahead to the third unit, which is of course very important, again with risk management, which is given the overview in the first unit. We talk about in detail about the crisis management plan that usually every event management organization has to work on, and essentially every management, I would say, has to have, wherein we talk about the crisis planning, prevention, preparation, provision, and the action phase, and the handling negative publicity, then structuring the plan or maybe restructuring. So this is what is covered in the third unit. And further in the unit 4, we talk about how do you eventually process the organization of the event, wherein we talk about seeking, how do you eventually seek sponsors, then different types of sponsorship, definitions, objectives, target market, then budget, strategic development, implementation and evaluation. So this is the brief of the course content that is offered under bachelor's in journalism mass communication. So now let us quickly begin with today's lecture. So the concept of event management altogether, it's very important to firstly understand what is actually an event. Of course, because for a bachelor student, we don't expect them to know everything in detail. So we are, starting from the basic concept, which is event. Now, what is an event? Now, event is something that happens at a given place and time for a reason with someone or something involved. So this is the definition which is given by the dictionary.com, and it's a very basic definition. So event is something which is already planned. It means that you have already specified the timing or the place wherein that event is, about to happen. And of course, you also explain the purpose of that particular event, so it is an happening, which is a planned happening, right? Now, what is management? Of course, management is a very structured term, and it could be defined as the act of applying necessary skills in all business and all human resourceful activities to accomplish a desired goal and objective. Okay, so let's just understand the concept of management first. Now, of course, after you have read the definition, management talks about, strategically planning something. Now, how do you plan something in actual? Let's just ignore that we're talking about event. In general, also we generally plan anything is we formulate an idea, then we formulate the purpose, and then of course we start working on the kind of objectives, our goals, or of course orientation is done, and then you plan something in whatever aspect you are planning. Essentially, because in today's video lecture we are talking about event management, so herein of course we develop an idea that what kind of event do we want to plan, then of course what kind of skills which are required, what kind of human resource is required. Of course, essentially in further lectures I'll be trying to explain you the different roles, the different people who are involved in the event management, wherein we'll be talking about how human resourceful activities are planned, and essentially what is the purpose of event, or with whatever purpose the event is planned, have we achieved that objective or purpose or not, is also part of management. So basically strategic implementation is called the management. So this is what the two terms individually means, event and management. Now let us further learn what is event management. Now that you have understood the concept of event and management as an individual terms, now let us focus on what is event management when it comes all together. Of course, there are a lot of definitions given by various scholars and professionals, but I have extracted two definitions for you. One is from Steve John, wherein he says that event management is the process of creatively applying necessary professional skills in organizing a focused event for a target audience to achieve the desired objectives. Now, this definitions has various important terminologies. Firstly, which will help you understand the concept, that is event management is a process. Now, what do you understand by the concept process? Process means it has to follow certain steps, and those steps have a particular sequence. For like, you can't do the post event activities before doing the event, right? Which are meant to be done post event are the activities which will be done once the event is executed, and then there are activities that you have to do from, like identifying the target audience, idea generation, all of the planning which is done prior to the event. So it's a process that is done in these steps. Next thing is the creative application. Now, what is creative application? For of course, because event management is an aspect of strategic communication, so you apply a strategy. That is, suppose the purpose of your particular event is to increase the footfall for a particular brand, or in case for like if a brand is undergoing some risk, maybe related to the brand image. For example, Maggie or Johnson's had, of course, they were under crisis, and they had to revamp themselves and prove that they are safe, for the people. So of course, these can be purpose. So how do you creatively plan this entire communication is also very important. So event management also include creativity, right? Then of course you require professional skills because it's a professional activity, and then your event is of course meant to be focused, because every event has to have one particular goal or one particular objective, or a multiple objective also in any case, but it should be focused. For the purpose of event lies in creating a brand image, or is undergoing strategic communication for the risk management, or it's for establishing a name of brand, or whatsoever it is. So it depends upon event to event. Then the target audience. Now, what is target audience? Target audience is the audience for whom a particular event is meant for. For like, suppose you are working with a brand, maybe Kidsy, which is a brand franchise for the schools of kids. For of course, now your target audience are the parents who are looking for schools, pre-nursery schools for their kids. So those parents will be your target audience. Similarly, if you are organizing an event for a particular brand, cosmetic brand, so which is related to females, then the females of a particular age ratio who use makeup, will be your target audience. So of course, a target audience, a particular event is meant for a particular target audience. Then of course, to achieve the desired objective, whatsoever is the objective, like I previously explained, should be achieved. That is how we call an event a successful event. So that is what is event management according to Steve John. Now, according to Philip Kotler, event management is also defined as the occurrences designed to communicate a particular message to the target audience. Like I've already explained you that it's a strategic communication process meant for the target audience. So it is like designing a communication altogether for a particular audience. In the picture that is seen on the screen, it includes all of the activities that are part of the event management. That includes finance, marketing, target, scheduling, security, location, creativity, and logistics. Of course, we'll be talking about all of these elements, not in today's video, of course, but in the future videos. But for now, it is essential for you to understand basic clarity, basic concepts about the event management. So I hope it is clear by now. Code the event management role. Of course, event management has a lot of roles and functions to play, but in general, the most important function of event management, of course, the most utilized way of event management is in the form of execution of large scale events. Those large scale events could be for the corporate organization in form of conferences, concerts, or trade shows, or maybe government events, or maybe family events could also be those grand events. But largely, the large scale events execution is one of the major function of the event management. Then of course, handling all of the logistics, the complete logistic department, that it also includes transportation also, is also part of the event management. Then the project management, of course, which includes the pre-event management, during the event management, and the post-event management. And then of course, there are additional duties for the event managers, or maybe you could say that it's an additional function of the event management team, is to handle the budget. Now budget is also a very very important topic for, like, in case a client visits you and they want you to organize a particular event for them, and you are working as their event management team. So you have to have basic clarity about the budget, because budget becomes a very important constraint in deciding the venue, the location, the kind of amenities or the ambience you are creating for a particular event. So budget management is one of the things. So before promising your clients, you have to see and check what are the constraints that you have with them. Then of course, the coordination execution according to the client satisfaction is also a very important function of the event management, because if a client hires you for organizing your event, then it has to have that satisfaction level, that your client is happy, so that of course you are working as a good organization. Then ultimately, the most important function, the crucial function, is the supervision coordination of the event planning team and the outside vendors. Of course, there are a lot of miscommunication that might happen with the, of course, not specifically for the outside vendors, but also for the inside coordination also. So supervision and coordination is also one of the important functions of the event management team. So now, because we already know about the attributes of the categorization, now let us focus. So, on the basis of scale and impact, our events are divided into four categories, which is mega, hallmark, major, and local event. Now that we have understood the basic categorization of the event, before getting into the details of the categorization, let us learn about the portfolio model, which is a very famous model and it has its own implications. And of course, there were further few changes also done in the model given by D. Gatz in 1997. But it is a traditional model and there were no major landmark changes done. So we'll be discussing this model before, understanding the categories. So as you can see, the D. Gatz have tried to identify the different categories and he have arranged them in the order wherein there is a differentiation in the tourist demand and the value of a particular category of an event in terms of the level, right? So of course the occasional mega events, as the name says, these are the mega events which have the international and global reach. So they have high tourism demand and they are of high values. Then he has categorized the periodic hallmark events and he has also mentioned that these particular category of the events are usually periodic and so they also have high tourism demand and of course high value. Then comes the regional events which could be periodic or which could not be periodic. It has a choice, but they have a medium tourism attraction and of course medium value. And then comes the lowest tourism attraction, which are the local events, because the local events are usually meant for the local community, so they have low value and the low tourism demand. So this is how DGATs have tried to identify the categorization of the events. So talking about the first category of the event are the mega events. As you can see on your screen, I have displayed the picture of Olympics so that you can relate to each category of event and recall later. So mega events are the events of international appeal like Olympics, and they have global reach, of course, because different countries altogether participate in this event, and these kind of events help in the local development. That is why they are termed to be the local development catalyst, because in whichever country a particular event happen, that particular part of the country is of course developed because they help us building the global image of a particular country. That is why they are called to be the highest profile events, and they have the longest legacy period, because like for example FIFA, Olympics are happening since years and they happen every year, right? But there is one of the demerit also, or I would say not particular demerit, but something which is important concern is only limited countries are given the opportunity to host these mega events, because your country's infrastructure capability, you know are the major factors that eventually help decide internationally that which country is going to host this particular event. So that is one of the important thing. Also, Getz have tried to define mega events in 2005, wherein he says that these kind of events, they have their own definite way, significance, and they yield extraordinary high level of tourism, media coverage, and they also help us boost the economic impact of particular host community when your organization wherein that event is hosted. So this is about the mega event. Talking about hallmark events, the obvious example or the basic clarity that can help you learn, keep that in mind, is the Tomato Festival is in Spain. So now Tomato Festival is famous only for the Spain. It's not like Tomato Festival if it's happening in India. No, it has a hallmark. Tomato Festival is the most famous and distinctive feature of Spain. Then Carnival in the Goa is, has international recognition. That's how we define the hallmark events. So they are distinctive events. They have spirit and soul of the host community, of course, and they revitalize the tradition and of course attract huge tourism, and then they become the local pride. Like of course when it comes to carnival, so Goa is the only popular name. Every country wants to visit Goa when carnival is happening, so they become the local pride and of course help develop international recognition. So this is about your hallmark event. So talking about the third category of the event, post mega and hallmark are the major events. Indian International Trade Fair is one of the famous example of the major events. Now you don't have to get confused between the mega and major event or hallmark event, because everything has something exclusive. For now, mega events have international reach, while major events have international reputation. It might not have a global reach, for like internationally people might not come to visit specifically these events or must not have participation, but people know about it. So they have international reputation, but also these are also large scale events. They have strong public interest, high media coverage, and of course a large number of visitorship. Mostly these kind of events are sports oriented, but also they could be very similar to the trade fair, which have a defined structure of competitions, which is similar every year, or it had minute changes, or if revised changes is of course quite in advance informed, for like students from where schools and colleges visit specifically for the competition participation and otherwise. And then there are painting competitions, book reviews happen every year in the trade fair. Also, along with the international trade fair, we have Formula One Grand Prix also, that happens every year. So this is also an example of the major event. Fourth category, the last broad category on the basis of scale and impact, are the local events. So of course they are meant for the local audience, socialization and fun, and they help us, having that pride feeling in the community, the feeling of belongingness, unity, creating the sense of space, then of course promoting diversity, then every time giving kind of exposure of new ideas and experiences, and encouraging participation in sports and art activities. And then also these kind of events are often utilized by the local community for the marketing of maybe new products or new services a particular community is launching. So these are more community oriented. For the famous example, I have displayed the pictures of Lohri and Baisakhi, which are of course the example of the local events. So that's about the four categories, definition, concepts of the event management. I hope this overview lecture of the event management course and curriculum offered at the Galgotia University at Department of Mass Communication was clear to you. The slide includes the references, which of course I have used for creating this video lecture. I hope this video lecture was helpful to you. In future videos, we'll be talking about the other elements and other categorization of the events, and of course the career opportunities in the event management. So if you have any query, of course, you can contact me on my email ID, that is mehek.pandit@galgotiasuniversity.edu.in, or on my mobile number as mentioned on the screen. Till then, take care.